That's you can't tickle my feet, Tristan.
I'm the sound guy.
This is who I am, baby.
Oh. We should do that all the time. And you do that before every podcast.
I did that before.
So it's still alive.
It is still alive. Welcome to Frowned Upon 2020 edition.
No, 2021.
Frick, 2021. I think that I've written 2020 on everything that I've had to write a date on.
So
the
I
past
actually,
6 days.
I usually do that, and I used to do that. But the first piece of paper that I had to date in 2021, I got correct. So that is a sign of good things to come.
I had to write it on a slate for like video today, and said 2020 and everything. Nobody corrected me, but then I got back, like sat down and I thought through it, and I was like, I definitely said 2020 on this one, and everybody else thinks that it's right too. So whatever. But I guess that's just what happens.
Everybody's going to be doing it for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Even though everybody wanted 2020 to end so bad.
We really, really did.
But it's over.
I think I probably wanted it to end more than... there were probably people that wanted it to end more than me.
Yeah.
I didn't lose a job. I didn't even get COVID. This is bad. Didn't even get tested one time.
I got tested, but I think I got it. I just don't know when. And we were the first original COVID podcast.
We were. I don't know if anybody remembers, but back in like February.
Did we start this last January?
Yep.
Wow. Look at us now.
January. Oh, by the way, we're back. By the way, it's been 6 months.
We need to address our absence.
Yeah. There was a pandemic. We were social distancing. We were quarantined.
There were
in our homes. We couldn't.
There's so many excuses we could say. Really,
I was at the gym.
Really,
which is a fact sometimes.
I started hanging out with Connor, and then all his excuses. Yeah.
By the way, he was supposed to be here tonight. He texted me, and a couple of podcasts ago, which was actually months and months ago, we said that he was doing a Bobby Flay masterclass.
Yeah.
And
a clam chowder. I think he was trying to learn how to make or something.
Thought that it was so easy, like not just him going through and doing the masterclass, but he thought that Bob made it seem a little bit too easy. So he decided he was going to take up a masterclass, and one thing that he is very, very passionate about, sewing.
But he did tell me that those who can't do teach. So he's not very good at sewing. Yeah. He just loves it.
But by God, he's the best teacher on this side of the
very good teacher.
On this side of the Lost in Old Rivers.
That's right. Yeah, no, we took a 6 month absence.
Yeah. Hiatus, if you will.
I think really mainly just because we got maybe a sabbatical. We just got busy. We overwhelmed ourselves. We're going to talk about 2021 goals.
That was a little bit louder than I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty loud. We're going to talk about 2021 goals here shortly. But one of my 2021 goals, I'm just going to throw it right off the top.
Okay.
Is to allocate my time a little differently and make myself more available. Because in 2020, I really packed my schedule full. I was so busy.
Towards the end, I was a bit ridiculous with it.
I was so busy. So and for whatever reason, we let our listeners take a back seat.
Yep.
And that's on us.
And genuinely, guys, I've made a lot of jokes and a lot of excuses that some are real and some are not. But we do apologize.
We have a Japanese listener.
Yeah, one whole percent. No. Taiwan has 1%.
Well, we do have I checked the analytics the other day just to see if people were still listening, even though we were like taking a break.
Which they are, which is wild.
It is wild. We're still growing somehow in listens, and
thanks to Anchor.
And we have a Japanese listener or multiple. Wild. I don't know.
Potentially Japanese American listeners.
Maybe a Siamese Japanese listener.
Siamese? Like the twins that are connected?
So maybe it's two minds listening.
That raises a really good point.
Our analytics could be all off.
When they sign like a census or whatever.
Yeah.
Siamese.
Probably two people, I'd say. Also, I think that really, we just raised a really good question. Surveys could be off. Censuses could be off.
Elections,
could
which
be off.
apparently are
Yeah, and podcast analytics.
podcasting more than anything else.
Yeah, it's podcast analytics. They could
Podcast
be all off.
analytics.
How many? If you're a Siamese,
If you're Siamese,
if you're a Siamese listener, tell one of you to shoot us a message.
yeah, one or two of you. Is it you guys or is it you? Correct us.
Yeah.
What is your pronoun?
Yeah, what pronoun do you want to be called? Because or
Yeah.
you guys want to be called? I don't know. So,
Those
anyways,
of you
we
Siamese-
apologize for taking such a lengthy hiatus.
Sorry,
We won't do it again.
I'm not good at sipping drinks with ice in them. The ice gets caught, and then I start going.
Yeah, he slurped. And
Sorry.
also, you might hear some slurping. You may hear some noises that sound suspiciously like toots or farts. And that is just the material of my trousers is not agreeing with the leather on these
I feel
chairs.
like you're more insecure about it than you should be.
What, the scooching?
The scooching.
I just don't like the sound.
He said, "I'm gonna go get a T-shirt and put under me."
Yeah, so right now I'm sitting on a t-shirt on top of a chair. So
That's hilarious. Well, welcome back, team.
we are back and we don't plan on leaving.
Yeah. Better
So
than ever.
You're
some
stuck
might
with
say.
us. Oh, for sure. Better than ever. I've grown so much.
because
since-
of the podcast, or since then.
Since then, just in 2020 made me grow a lot.
Yeah, I think that it definitely did. To get like a little bit more like into what my prayer life looked like at the beginning of 2020, I was like, one of my main things was like, God, I want to be put through some stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to be, that song Refiner by Maverick City was popular then. It's still popular, but like that was about when it was coming out. And I was like, yes, God, refine me.
Yeah.
Put me through the fire and the flames. Wow. Sorry,
Did
Kobe.
he?
It's my fault.
Yeah.
That was bad. Gotta miss it.
Anyways, yeah, 2020 was it was a tough year. Now it was tougher for some than on others. I mean, I was employed the whole time.
Yeah.
Even
I got a job.
moments
because
where
of
I wish I
2020.
wasn't.
Yeah.
For a while there, I thought there was gonna be martial law, and
Which maybe would that have been cool for you or not cool for you?
not cool. I don't think, because I looked up. I was like, well, if there's martial law, that means I get to go home.
It means I'm off.
Apparently, it doesn't. Cops still have to go to work. We're just now under like the rule of the military, which is kind of annoying because it's my town whenever I'm at work.
Okay. We're getting sheriff.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I still had to go to work. So I went to work. I didn't really get COVID. My wife got COVID, but made it through.
Mm-hmm.
If I did get COVID, I never felt sick. No symptoms.
Yeah, asymptomatic, because apparently that happens too.
Yeah, and apparently it doesn't now. And anyways.
Anyways.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I did not even. This is probably irresponsible. Did not even once get tested. I, at one point.
Yeah, well, you don't know if you have it if you never got tested.
I'm going to say I never got it. And that's what I'm going to stick to. Never got it. I think I actually, everything that I said in the initial podcast where we had talked about it, I think I asked you, or you said, hey, what's your plan for if COVID gets here? And then I responded with, it's not if, it's when. And then when it gets here, my plan is to not get it. And this is 10 months in. And here I am.
More than 10 months in. I think it started in January.
Well, shoot. A year in.
Or,
and
yeah.
it A, came to the U.S. as I had suspected, and B, I did not get it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that I'm
You
potentially
spoke that into
prophetic.
You spoke that into reality.
Or, yeah, prophetic. What is the word when you're basically prophetic, but you use it for witchcraft?
A medium?
A medium. I've spoken to
I'm
zero
a large,
spirits. Oh. That was good. Well, shoot.
Oh, gosh.
Welcome back, guys. This feels great. I'm so glad to be back behind this mic.
And this is actually like the first one in the studio, if you will, that we planned
really
on.
is, yeah.
We hyped up for like 4 episodes that we're getting like
Yeah.
a new
And then said,
podcast
"Poof,
studio, if you will.
We out, brother.
Yeah, and then we never got it set up, and we just quit recording. So
We did do that. That happened.
I
But
noticed
hey,
that we quit recording the podcast as soon as we moved it to my house.
we did. Got hard for me to come over here. Cross a bridge.
Yeah, I got to drive
Yeah.
a full 7 minutes,
Hate it.
if
Can't do
that,
it.
not even,
7 minutes? It's probably 7 minutes.
maybe. Eagle takes a while sometimes, but
Yeah. Some lights, bro. I hate me some stoplights.
but we made it through 2020.
But we did.
And we're in
Let's-
2021.
yeah, let's go over that. I wrote that down in the old booklet here. What of the last 6 months? looked like for you? Like in detail, like what has been going on?
A lot of work.
They last heard from us.
Since they last heard from us, there's so much to be updated. A lot of work.
It's been 6 months. If you didn't know that, it's been 6 months since we did this last.
I don't even know if was a CrossFit coach when we stopped.
I don't know.
I don't think I was.
Shoot.
I am now. I went to SWAT school. I'm on the SWAT team now.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah.
I wasn't that 6 months ago when we finished the podcast.
Shoot, bro.
I did have some time to decompress. We went to Colorado
We did do that, yeah.
on a vacation,
That
which we'll
was
probably
fun.
talk about soon.
I now have an injury from that.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, a lot's changed. Nothing that I don't necessarily want to...
Beards come in.
I do.
Real
I have a
nice.
beard now.
Yeah.
Which
I was noticing that
we
today.
had
I haven't seen you in a
we had a
minute.
policy change at work, and I begged and begged for beards because I've wanted a beard for forever.
Well, you're killing the game.
I appreciate that.
Filling up.
I appreciate that. It is starting to get a little thicker.
It is, yeah.
So we're gonna have this for a while.
Are you gonna get it to Connor length?
No, because my policy says I can't.
Right, yeah. Sorry.
So, but
Connor's
I'm not
a
gonna.
bearded boy. Sometimes he sews in his beard. He practices in his beard.
Yeah, he's
So,
got a hefty
I guess that's crocheting.
crocheting.
Crocheting is when you already have strings and stuff.
I thought it was knitting.
Oh, frick.
What's the difference between crocheting and knitting? We don't have our Google assistant today, but
Man, I need you.
we need Connor. Connor said he wanted to be our Jamie. If you ever listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, Joe Rogan has a guy named Jamie who
I
does
like Tom and Bert's dude.
Nadav.
I like him, but their other guy who sits
Oh.
next to him. He's like their main
I don't know. I
look
like
things up guy.
Nadav.
Nadav's their switcher. Mad respect for him.
But yeah, he used to look things up in there like he sucks. But Jamie, Connor wanted to be our Jamie, and then he bailed. He had to do his master class. So
he's pumping out content for the master class, the sewing master class. So if you are a woman above the age of 65 and bored and want to learn knitting because it's been a little bit late for you, hop on Connor's master class. 'Cause he's got you covered.
that's right. Connor sews.
Connor
That's it.
Sews. Welcome to Connor Sews. I
Yeah.
can see him saying that though. Like I can definitely see him sliding into the shot in socks and being like, "Yo, welcome to Connor Sews."
Yeah, and then he just
And
darts
then it's like
out of frame.
it's like a Bob Ross frame. You know how like on older like 80s TV shows they had the two black bars on the side because the formats weren't the same for our
Yes.
TVs now. I feel like that's how it is.
yeah.
Like he's recording it on a VHS or something.
What does this last 6 months look like for you?
Well, so I got a job. I started working in June for a company that I had worked for before I went to Guatemala as a contractor now. And I think that I was doing that. I think because we stopped in July. So I think I got that and then was doing a little bit more work.
So what you're saying is you've been pretty much up to the same old, same old. No, I'm kidding.
That ain't what I'm saying.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, I did that. Started that. Did a lot of traveling, which is kind of weird because there's been some restrictions you might have heard.
Yeah.
People were heavily encouraged not to, and I said,
He's done the most traveling he's ever done.
I really have. I've been on more planes.
Oh, you've
in
done
the
a
past
lot of
6
traveling,
months
dude.
than I have been on in my whole life.
And then also just like spur of the moment, kind of like personal trips.
Fun like little trips.
You went to Duluth.
I did do that. I went to Duluth. I went to Minnesota. Went to St. Louis. I went to I went to Colorado last
Twice?
weekend. Yeah, just for the weekend this past time, and then one time in November. That's where I got my snowboarding injury.
Your injury. What happened?
So
You told me.
I
You never told me
was-
about this injury until today.
really.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I knew you
No.
fell a couple times.
I
Multiple.
fell one bad
multiple
time.
times.
So I decided that I was going to learn how to snowboard, and it went wonderful. But not the first and second day. The first day it went absolutely horrible. I got to the top and I was like, "Well, this is gonna suck," because I could not even stand up. I would like stand up and then I would just fall down. And I thought in my head, in my stupid little brain, I thought, "Well, when I fall, I'm gonna fall into snow, so it's not gonna hurt." Wrong. You fall into the hardest ice
yeah,
outside
so-
of frozen water.
Yeah, it's packed down,
And,
so it's like
God, it's so hard. And so I fell probably 233 times that
So
first
many.
way down.
that might be the under. Like you might have underestimated the amount of times you fell.
About 472 times.
It was so many times.
But I got like a quarter of the way down, and I saw a lift that was going back down, and I was like, "Hey, you mind if I catch a ride?" And they were like, "You have to fake an injury." I was like, "My ego, it's not fake, it's real. My
Yeah.
ego is quite injured." And he was like, "Are you sure you can't make it down?" He said, "If you stay to the left and control your speed." And I was like, "No, that can't happen. I
Yeah,
can't do that. I don't know how to do that." And he's like, "Well, we have some trainers." And he got me this trainer, and I went all the way down with this trainer, fell a bunch more times. I have weak lungs, there's thin air, and my muscles ain't really trained for hardship.
Yeah, for extreme sports.
For really anything outside of video editing, hardly filming.
Yeah.
I don't even really enjoy
camera
just
gets
holding
heavy
the camera.
sometimes.
And so, yeah, I eventually made it down, learned some basics. It was great. It was a great time.
Then we went just by ourselves one day.
Yeah,
and you had
and
more fun that day.
I did. Well, my knee hurt. My knee hurt really bad. Because
Oh yeah,
the
you did tell me
previous
your knee
day,
was hurting.
Me and Jossie both snowboarded, and I had more of like the ropes and whatnot, and so I was doing a little bit better, getting a little bit crazy with it. But I fell this one time, and my body twisted about 480 degrees, and my knee was just there. My knee was just where it was before that. And I think I didn't tear any tendons, but I initially thought that I did. I initially really genuinely thought that I had snapped my patellar tendon, which is what Tom did.
Segura, yeah.
And then, did you watch the video?
Yes.
Oh, God. If you have not seen Tom Segura's injury from a dunking contest.
A dunk attempt.
Oh, God. Well, he won. He had already won the contest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was like, "I'm going to try the 9-foot."
Yeah, he said he's gonna try. Well, I
Poor
said
guy.
I
think he
sent
could have made it.
I
His
think-
tendon not gave out on him.
I sent Connor a text and was like, if anything should motivate someone to get in shape, it's watching a man try to jump and his body saying nope.
And then his body saying nope so much that it lands on his arm and snaps it. A clean break. Did you
And
see
then
the X-ray?
and then Bert walked over and like
flipped
adjusted.
Well, he was saying on the live, he was like, when we got to the hospital, I kept asking like the doctor, "Hey, would it have helped or like harmed it if somebody had like walked over there when it happened and like turned it the right way?" And he said, "Too early to know, but it really could have done something horrible." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh no!" He said he was freaking out about it the whole time. He actually also said that he cared for Tom more in his injury than he did for his wife when she had their children.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no. So I have a snowboarding injury. I now just have a bad knee.
I went skiing 3 days. Got back to my old stomping grounds because as the listeners know, as you know, I lived in Canada for 3 years.
And as does every person we
Skiing.
talk to in
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah, skiing. So I did snap at a lift attendant once because I
shouldn't be here.
yeah. So okay, I'll give you a little backstory. I didn't fall one time except for this time. Like while I was going down the runs, didn't fall. Tried to hit a jump, caught a little bit of air, didn't fall. Then, like, I felt fantastic. Back when I skied in Canada, I could do all kinds of tricks. I'm rusty. Okay, so I get to the ski hill or the mountain. We're skiing. We ski the first day. The second day, my wife switches from skis to a snowboard. So we go to
She's
the
a real one.
we
You
go
won't
to the
leave me behind.
we go to the bunny hill, and I didn't even think it was for adults. Like the lift was so small. I was like, no, this is for kids. And they were like, no, you can go. You can go up the bunny hill. So I was gonna go up there one time with them, just to support my wife, support my pal. And well, I get on the lift. It's a very tiny lift, built for toddlers. And my wife, Jossie, gets on next to me. When we get off the lift, she is unfamiliar with the snowboard at this time. I mean, she was actually pretty good. Like, she had no trouble snowboarding at all. She had snowboarded before, but it was her first time back on it. So when we got off the lift, she kind of like pushed me over, and her snowboard went on top of my ski. Well, it made me fall over getting off the lift. So
Really made my trip.
so the lift attendant came over and was like, thinking that I should be on a bunny hill because I'm on the bunny hill, was like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll get it next time. Like, it's okay. Just get back up.
Shut up.
Like, go get it." So I turned around because I was furious. I turned around and was like,
I shouldn't be here.
I said, "I'm not even supposed to be here. I can ski. I should be over there."
She said, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, she was like, "Well, I never see the skiers fall. It's usually the snowboarders." I was so embarrassed. So I intentionally like took out my phone and recorded my wife snowboarding while I was skiing to show her that I was advanced enough to do two things at one time while I was skiing. So it was an embarrassing moment. I should not have snapped, but I did.
So funny.
But not one of my best moments for sure.
If it makes you feel better, every single time I get off the lift, I fall.
Yeah,
Even once I was
you
like
ate it pretty hard one
proficient.
time.
Oh God! I also could not get out one time, and I jumped, and I was probably 18 feet above the snow. Oh wow! So yeah, now I just have a bad knee. I know when it rains because my knee hurts. That's just how it is now. I guess I'm old. I'm old now. But yeah, so snowboarding.
That's 2020. What else did you do when you were traveling? You go to any
Well,
other places? Colorado, Duluth,
Went to
St. Louis.
New York. I went to New York.
Oh yeah, you did go to New York.
Became Jewish.
Briefly.
Briefly.
Yeah.
I'm back.
He's
I said, nope.
Yeah.
This was fun while it lasted. I celebrated Hanukkah on accident. I didn't know what was happening, but
and I sent him a text and told him that's probably not the safest place to be.
well. I was
A lot of people have it out for the Jews for some reason.
Yeah, historically.
Yeah, they just don't. Underrepresented suffering is what
Yeah,
I call
I'll
it.
say
Like people don't acknowledge it,
Yeah,
but
they really don't.
they've had it rough.
They have, but
Not that night.
not that night. Not that night. They were just having a great time.
They were graced with your presence.
They
and
so my thing is like I'm very friendly to strangers, potentially a little bit too friendly. And I love having a good time, and I love like the atmosphere of just jumping around, smiling, laughing, and having a good time. And I see a bunch of people jumping, laughing, having a good time, waving a flag that I didn't know what it meant because
I thought it was a
it's in
flag
a
of
different
Croatia.
language, yeah. And so when I walked by them, I was like, yeah, and I'm jumping, and then they end up circling around me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm nervous, and then they give me the flag, and I'm like, oh God, what do I do? And so I just took the flag and I stared at it for a minute because I was like, what if this is something that I don't believe in?
Yeah, ISIL or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be honest, the writing looked similar to. Anyways, I eventually waved the flag, was having a great time. I got pulled out of the circle by my friends who were a bit concerned about me.
Oh, they were. They weren't having quite as much fun.
I think they were having a great time. They were just a bit nervous.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a bit less of a nervous person, I think. But yeah, no, that was fun. What else did I do? I had, similar to Seth, I kind of extended myself there at the end. I was just doing a whole lot, not really growing. You know when you're like stretching yourself? Okay, like in yoga or something, or when you're stretching for a workout, and people
Okay.
are like stretch to where you feel a little bit of stretching, but like you don't want to feel pain.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that the same thing like occurs when we're like stretching ourselves to grow in different areas. Like I stretched myself.
When you start crying, you know you're overextended.
Wow, there were some tears. And but yeah, I don't know. I learned my limits in a healthy, not in a healthy way. I learned unhealthily my limits, but now I know, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that you go through. That's one thing that I do love about 2020 is while I really, really, really did not enjoy the year overall, I really hated it. There was a lot of good that came out of it, a lot of growth that came out of it, and I kind of stepped into 2021. These last couple days have been, I felt like the release that I was really hoping for. I'm excited. I've been kind of, trying to focus on me, trying to grow. But yeah, I'm excited. The last 6 months been rough, but we made it through, and we're here now. Fun times. So,
Well,
yeah.
speaking of 2021, is there what? I mean, this year or last year you overextended yourself, so obviously this year you don't want to do that.
Right.
So what? Do you have any? I hate to say New Year's resolutions.
I hate it too.
But what about goals? Like maybe any goal that you want to get started this year that you have in mind that you may want to try? You have any?
Yeah, I have a couple things. Okay, so last year, I think the end of last year, I started going to the gym in June, actually, right before we stopped the podcast. I started going to the gym. A lot changed at that point. because I had really, and I talked about it a good bit on the podcast. I'd really struggled with like self-discipline and like getting into routines and stuff like that. And when I started working more
Body
regularly,
positivity and stuff.
body positivity, I didn't like people seeing my calves,
Yeah.
especially not my ankles.
Yeah, for sure.
But now I got some ripped ankles.
That's right.
Best ankles in the game.
Oh, that's snowboarding.
That snowboarding, it'll build them up quick.
Yeah, hard on your knees, great
Hard
on your
the
ankles.
knees, great for the ankles. But yeah, no, a lot changed then. I kind of realized I wanted to push for kind of getting over some like hurdles in other areas, like the way I eat, which I've been a little bit more lax on lately, but planning on hitting that hard again. Just like adjusting my diet, getting more regular in the gym, because in December I was not there. I went for my birthday and that was like it. And so getting back in the gym, stopped biting my fingernails, and then December hit.
And then you bit him again?
And then I just really dug back in.
Oh,
and so
geez.
a goal is
Dug
to
back into your
dug
gums.
straight back in. Yeah. Sometimes right before I started biting them again, sometimes I would just sit there with my fingernails in
Just
my mouth.
soaking them?
Just being in my mouth.
Soaking them for the...
I'd put them
So they're ready to nibble.
over my teeth just a little bit.
Yeah. Put those nails on the grindstone.
Mm-hmm. Kind of.
I have never bit my nails.
golly.
But I don't clip my nails either. I rip them off.
I think that I'll be the same way when I have nails, because like even when
People think that I'm weird, but when I clip them, it feels weird on my like fingers. So if I just rip them off, it feels
I don't like
better.
the way nail clippers feel.
I don't
have
either.
Clipped my nails maybe twice.
Especially because they're not like they're
They're
too
not perfect.
they're straight.
Yeah.
And the problem is my fingernails
and
curve.
some of them are like curved, but it's not a good curve.
I just
need
don't like 'em.
custom made.
That's what we should do. We
fingernail
should
clippers.
market. We should make some and sell
Some
them.
custom fingernail clippers. That'd be great.
Yeah.
You send in a finger mold, and just the nail.
Well, email us at frowningpodcast@gmail.com.
The
We'll send
dimensions
we'll
of your
send you some
fingernail.
putty. Stick your finger in it. Send it back to us.
I
and then we'll make
changed my mind.
We'll make you a custom.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
We'll make you
That's
custom
your thing. That's
fingernail and toenail clippers
custom clips by Seth Caruso. It can be
with a Z.
custom Caruso clips.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
Triple C.
Triple C clips. I don't want to be a part of that actually at all. I don't want anybody's finger putty mold fingers. I don't want to have a workspace filled with just other people's finger molds.
I'm gonna tell people that they're gonna get a custom. So they're gonna send me a mold of their finger, and then I'm just gonna make a mold out of it, and I'm gonna send them a mold of their finger back, like a tiny little statue of their thumb.
It. Oh gosh, I hate that so much.
The problem is every nail has different curvature.
Yeah, you would have to get a
get 10
10
molds.
piece. You got to get a 10-piece nail set. You open it up like it's some drill bits or something. You can get it for your dad for Christmas.
Now, only email us if you're serious about this, because this is gonna take a lot of time and money.
It really is. We need 40 people
Yeah.
before we can start Caruso. What was it?
What if it was Crusoe's custom clips, but it was all with K's?
And some stupid font.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
No,
Yeah,
jeez.
I changed my mind. I don't want to be a part of that. That's your thing.
I'll do it still. So send me a mold.
Yeah. You got to send them putty first.
Yeah, I do it. Yeah, that's right. You have to just email me and tell you you're interested, and I'll send you some putty or Play-Doh, whatever. We'll do it some way.
Play-Doh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
wow, that sounds horrible.
So for you, it's fitness.
Diet. Oh, I want to get obviously I want to be more consistent here. More consistent in every area of my life.
More intentional.
Intentional, yeah. So more intentional here. I'm really excited to dig into editing. A lot of this year, I'm going to try to focus on different aspects of my industry, kind of learning. I realized the past couple months, you have to constantly be learning new things in the industry because everything's always changing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so kind of being a little bit more on top of that. I don't want to share everything just because I believe that there's a...
You want
You
to
know,
count your chickens for they hatch.
Yeah, and I got a lot of chickens.
That's what I say. I also got a lot of chickens.
But yeah.
But I want to be... I agree. I want to free up more of my time so that I can be more intentional about the things I choose to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you, yeah. I
So
think that's good.
I think this year, one thing I want to do is get more into reading.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading a novel right now, and it's fantastic. It's fiction. Just because I'm an adult doesn't mean I can't read fiction.
Oh, that's another thing that I did over the break.
I used to read, as I've gotten older, I've pigeonholed myself into only reading nonfiction,
Yeah, same.
and it's gotten just so boring.
It really is.
I can only read so many books about like leadership or business
Self-help
or
and stuff.
yeah, exactly. It's too much at this
And
point.
nothing against it. It's just like,
Yeah, if that's your
like,
if that's up your alley.
That's your
That's
mentality.
Yeah.
If your mentality is only to do that, I don't want to hear about you watching a show on Netflix unless it is a self-help documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
And it can't be an informational documentary.
Yeah.
It has to be a self-help.
So I want to read. I want to try to read a book a month.
Okay.
So I don't think that's a huge, especially because I'm a decently fast reader. I mean, I'm not like
Oh, I'm so slow.
super fast, but I can.
My goal's 3.
I can read it. Oh, I like the 3 a month.
No, bro.
No, I want to
Potentially
do.
pages.
I want to do a book a month, and then maybe I'll start that book club I've been wanting to start forever.
yeah.
That Tristan always makes fun of me
Because
for trying to start.
I didn't like the way you said, and I renamed it Success Club.
Which is worse, I feel like.
Bro, you came at me and said, "Hey, you want to be in a book club?"
I
Like, are
like
we-
because I wanted to get back into reading, which I'm going to do this year. I want to get back into reading. I want to start jiu-jitsu.
Oh, nice.
So I'm probably going to go
That's
to
gonna
a
suck
gym.
For me, I'm done
and-
wrestling you, bro.
I'm probably going to go to a gym here soon in the next week or two and sign up. And I feel like that's one of the holes in my game right now. I like to be a very prepared person for like any situation, especially with the job that I have. And you know, there's sometimes I go to the range, get behind the gun. Sometimes I study up on the current laws and stuff, take classes and stuff on all that. But I don't know how to fight really. I mean, I know very basic tactics and
You stab somebody, they're going down.
that's true.
That's my preparation.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need a gun. I just need to be close enough
Yeah.
to where I can cut you.
So exactly. So my thing is this: if I fight somebody who also doesn't know what they're doing, then I like my chances because I'm a fairly big guy, fairly athletic. I'm not special by any means, but I fairly athletic, larger fella. But if I come across someone who even remotely knows what they're doing, they're gonna put me in a hard scarf and make me go to sleep.
I don't like the word hard scarf.
That's 2 words, but
I don't like the words hard scarf as a compound word.
you perched your lips like you're about to call me the B word when you said
When?
that just now.
On what word?
You said I don't like the words hard scarf, and I thought you were about to.
I don't like the words hard scarf.
Yeah. So I want to do jiu-jitsu. That's one of the things I want to do. And freeing up my time, I want to be able to go to the gym. I don't even know what you call it. A dojo, a gym. I want to be able to go at 2 to 3 days a week.
The monastery.
Yeah, yeah. The temple.
Yo, I'm hitting the monastery trying to come
Yeah,
with
for
me.
real. So I want to be able to
Spot
go
me.
do that. My goal is to be a blue belt by the end of the year.
Oh, I know nothing about the progression.
So basically, I could I could be way wrong. I know there's stripes to belts, so it's not just like. But anyways, it goes. I believe it goes white belt, blue belt,
Okay.
purple belt,
Is it?
brown belt, black belt.
And it takes a long time to get to a blue belt.
No, it takes. I've seen like anywhere from like 10 to 14 months to become a blue belt, and then you can be at a blue belt for like 4 years until you go to purple belt, and then you're
Oh,
at purple
so
belt for several years, and it's brown belt. So
like
it takes
in COD when you prestige.
yeah, it takes a
First
long
prestige,
time.
It's kind of easy to get to.
Yeah.
Second prestige is pretty hard to get to.
So I want to expedite that process just due to the will of my mind and natural athleticism.
Nice.
So I want to become a blue belt by the end of the year, and then what else do I want to do? Maybe I think I had some written in my.
Ooh.
I want to learn some Spanish better. So when I wake up in the
Oh,
mornings,
Lord.
I'm gonna do about 30 minutes on
Heck
on one of the apps because I wanna dive in. I think I'd be a more valuable asset in both my job and in life if I could communicate with our brothers and sisters down south
So Logan
or here. They're
I've
crawling
been,
all over us here.
Oh my god. I've been
out,
absolutely
Micah.
bummed that I have not been able to like work on my Spanish in the past, like, because like
Well, you could talk to me.
that would be the same as if you were deaf. We had a theory
Hey,
that
I
Seth
went
might be
on a
deaf.
call the other day at work, and if you're a new listener, the Japanese listener, I don't know if I've referenced this to you. I'm a police officer, so I went on a call. Somebody had bashed the doors of a gas station and broke in. They tried to break in, but they had an interior like gate.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't get in. Well, there's two Hispanic ladies that showed up early in the morning because they make breakfast tacos and stuff, and they were speaking nothing but Spanish. And I listened into their conversation, and I completely understood what they said. Not all there's a bunch of words that were lost,
But you basically
but I
understood
understood
the
the
gist.
message.
That's
Yeah, which
dope.
was she was telling her compadre that her amiga, that the reason she couldn't turn off the alarm is because they broke the doors. It's not just like
Right,
they opened them and got in, and
Yeah.
then she could turn it off. They broke. So I just picked up on the words I knew, understood
Pieced them
some
together.
body language, and I got it. And then when she went to translate, I said it first because I wanted to see if I
You
got
wanted
it.
to make sure.
And it's like, wait, did she say this? And she's like, yeah, or see whatever she said. And I was like, I mean,
Heck yeah. Truck, yeah, brother.
for real, I could probably go be a cop in Mexico City right now.
That's probably a horrible idea.
Yeah,
But I like the vigor.
that's right.
Yeah, I want to learn more Spanish. I was telling one of my pals.
Did you give up on Prajan or whatever language you were learning when we went
It's
to
called Czech.
Czech?
no.
Yeah.
I didn't give up on it.
Okay, I just didn't know.
Hesky weekend, boy.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I want to learn more Spanish. And I want to learn different
Mas.
languages too. I want to learn Mas.
Mas
I
Espanol.
want to live Mas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to learn more
I can
Spanish.
help you, dude.
Me learn Spanish?
Yeah,
Okay. We'll help each other then.
that's right.
Vamos a do the rest of the podcast in Espanol.
Okay,
Did you say that with a little bit of an accent? You racist.
maybe. I don't. Did I?
He said, oh, I'm not going to.
Okay, senor.
Oh my God. We're canceled.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Seb. Oh, wow. We got to get all this out before we get big.
Yeah, that's right.
I
No,
don't
well,
want to end
I
up like Louis.
yeah.
Well, hold
we
on.
have a
We'll be
Japanese
very
listener. We have a
different.
Siamese Japanese listener.
We'll be very different from Louis. Let me make
Did
that
you say
much
you want to
clear.
be like
I
him?
said I want to make sure we're not.
Okay, we're definitely not.
Not gonna be.
Okay.
Louis C.K. is who
He
we're
meant Louis
referencing.
Vuitton. And
Yeah, Louis Vuitton, who we will most definitely be like.
I want a Russian
miss-
listener
Me too. I want a Czech.
and a Czech listener. Yeah, so if you're listening
And you speak either Russian or
and
Czech.
you're Russian,
I
make
don't
sure you let us know
know
because
Russian.
sometimes the analytics are off. They don't tell us if we have any Siamese listeners.
Yeah.
So
So let us know if you're a Russian listener and whether you're one or two people or both
Yeah.
potentially, or I don't know.
well,
If you
two
got
people
two
would
heads,
be both.
two heads and
You
two
can't be
legs.
both one and two people.
Can you though?
I
Don't know that.
Unless two people listen to it together, and it just counts as one analytic and one stat.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh wow. I hate analytics now. It's all fake.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. We
Any
do
other
have-
any other resolution? Not goals. Oh, this one's a vulnerable one.
All right.
I'm gonna start counseling this year.
Okay.
I said that I was last year and I didn't.
Counseling other people or
I'm gonna get this handled first. I almost did become one day
a life
when I was
coach
super bored. I almost dropped $1,200
on a master class.
to be a licensed. No, not licensed.
Sommelier.
That's a different. Enneagram coach,
Oh,
which I
okay.
can't use until I'm a licensed professional counselor.
I was
So-
like, you know how much money you'd make because
then-
people love the Enneagram.
I love the.
My wife
Enneagram.
might pay you for some
I-
advice.
I feel like Chauncey wouldn't come for me for life advice. She questions.
If
some
you had a
things that I do.
certificate,
You're
maybe
right,
she
you're right,
would.
you're right.
She respects she respects
You're
the
right.
paper.
I like that. Yeah, no. So this year, I actually one day I would like to do that. I would like to like get into counseling because I feel like maybe I could do that. I could sit there and listen for an hour and charge them $200,
Yeah.
which is not. I'm not doing it for the money, but I will start at a $250 hour rate.
And if you knew Spanish, you could also counsel
$350
Spanish people.
Hispanic.
Latinx,
Including.
I think you mean.
I hate Latinx. I'll say it. But yeah, I want to do that. Anything else for you?
I think that's pretty much it, man. I just want to enjoy life. One thing, I will say this. One thing I've been kind of mastering my soul lately, if you will. And I've really been doing very good at exercising self-control.
Heck yeah.
Which there was times in 2021 where I would So I deleted.
2021 has been 6
I
days in.
Or sorry, 2020. Yeah. You're like, I don't think you've mastered
You're
it yet.
not doing
well. No, in 2020, there was times where I would kind of lose it on people sometimes. Not like in a way that most
Same,
people
brother.
think. Not like I'm not. For me, losing it on someone is not what a lot of people losing
Is
it.
having to crawl out the passenger side of a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of a little bit being frustrated
Yeah. So
and telling the bunny slope lady,
yeah.
I don't belong here.
Yeah, that's me snapping on somebody. But there's been a lot of craziness going on in the world, especially in America.
Quite a bit.
And I used to let all the social media stuff get me down, get me like frustrated, get me riled up. I have been at so much peace lately.
Mm-hmm.
I just sit back and I watch everybody else go into a mad frenzy. And I'm just like calm, like eating a bite of steak,
Eating a bite of steak.
watching Justified or something. And I've been feeling good. It's been nice. So that in 2021, I keep that up. I want to keep that trend of self-control,
I like that.
mastering my own emotions.
I like that.
And I think everybody else should strive to do the same.
That's one thing that I'm going to try to do. Mastering your emotions. I like the way that sounds. That
That should be a spin-off podcast.
Mastering your emotions.
And we should do a 5-minute, like there's quick sound bites where we talk about mastering your emotions.
Shoot. Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll add that in.
So
That's good. 2021's about to be a really, really good year. I'm feeling it. Despite
don't let the capital stuff get you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
That
you can make 2021 fantastic.
Yeah.
And we plan on doing so, and hopefully the podcast helps you.
Mm-hmm. And for sure, like, that's one thing that I've definitely learned because in the past I've not been good at it. Like, I talk a lot about joy and, like, how important it is. But, like, I really, really let circumstances affect my joy in the past couple months. And over, like, the past few weeks, kind of thinking about that, and like I've done a good bit of reflection on the year, kind of gauging where I've been and where I've come like this year or this like last couple weeks, and just kind of really mentally preparing for this season. And yeah, that's a huge thing. Like, your circumstances do not have to define your joy. Like, it
No, not
really
at all.
is something that you can create despite your circumstances.
It's up to you, and it's also up to you to help. You know, I have some friends that are not nearly as good at controlling their emotions as me, and I have some friends that are better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of up to you to bring that dynamic to your friend group or your circle, your family or whatever. If you have family that's like flying off the walls, posting like,
block them.
not my president,
Yeah.
or some crazy stuff, or
Block
like,
'em.
yeah, exactly.
If they're running into the Capitol and sitting on Nancy's
First of all,
desk.
yeah, don't like don't give them what they want, which is
Yeah.
a heightened response because you're fired up because of something they posted. Try to bring the reason, but also just try to bring calmness.
Yeah.
And
That's like,
that might yours. Did you say joy was your like theme that you?
what do you mean?
Did you said something about joy a while ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like you create it basically. Like,
Yeah.
do it
I think I'm gonna make calmness, which maybe my time in the dojo will help. But
Yeah,
I
in
think
the
calmness
monastery.
is gonna be like my word for
That's good.
2021.
I don't know what my word is. We'll see. I'll
Health.
figure it out. Well, last year you said redemption. Had no idea what that meant. I still don't know what that meant. But maybe we'll figure that one out. That's going to be my sub word for 2021.
There you go.
I don't know what my main one is. I don't know. I'm excited. And while I have like desires, I have no plans, and that's kind of fun. I kind of like that because this is the first time in a while that I have not had. This is the first time since like when I worked at Outback and like that was all I did and dropped out of college and was having a great time and not really doing anything.
Hey, I dropped out of college too.
It happens. But
did.
like in that season, I was not doing anything and I was having a great time. I was very at peace. I didn't have plans really, and yeah, I was doing stuff, but I wasn't too concerned. I'm in a similar place now but I'm doing things now.
Yeah.
And so I think this is a really good place to be where, like, I'm just kind of going to let God do what he's going to do.
Let God.
Let go, let God here. We'll put that on the wall or something.
Let God.
I definitely think that's just, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I don't know. I think anybody who, like, follows me personally on Instagram has kind of seen, like, some of the stuff I've talked about. And I have not loved the year as I previously stated.
Yeah.
And I've been very excited for this year. And I really am just excited that it's here. And so
That's good.
Yeah,
Also, we always preach that you should travel. You should explore as much as possible.
should.
I don't even know if I told you, but my job is flirting with the idea of going to a 12-hour schedule where we work 12 hours at a time. Okay?
That sounds awful. I'll say it.
Well, this is what sounds amazing. That means I would work a long week and a short week. The short week, I would only work 2 days out of the week. So if I want to take a week off and go somewhere, I only have to use 24 hours of vacation.
Oh, dope.
And I'm gone for a week.
We got to go to Seychelles.
Yeah, we have a lot of... I just installed...
Seychelles?
There's going to be... We're recording this on a camera, but yeah, I think the map is kind of cut off. I just installed this new beautiful map above where we're sitting to get us in the mood, in the zone.
And, wow,
And,
we spent, I'll say, too much time just staring at it and finding new countries that we've never seen.
Yeah, so it came with these little pins, right? You put the pins... I mean, you've seen it. You put the pins where you've been and whatever. And I've been to like 11 or 10 different countries now, I think. And... it seems like so little when you put the pins on the map. Like, there's so much map with no pins.
One thing that
and a lot of ocean.
Mind,
I should put pins in the ocean where I've been. I ruined my phone in this part of the Pacific Ocean.
And that part of the Pacific hurt me. That was the first.
Oh,
part
I
of
got
the
cut up
Pacific
pretty
that I've
bad.
ever seen in my life.
That's the only ocean that's ever
me.
shanked me.
I was.
I got stabbed by that ocean.
Petrified by the Pacific when I saw it.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
No
to see
animal
it.
even attacked me or nothing. Just
because they're all dead.
Just the ocean.
There's no animals in the Pacific Ocean.
Just the ocean beat me up.
It's too wild of an ocean for there to be animals.
That's right.
Bro, we were only like a couple 1,000 miles away from the Mariana Trench.
That's true.
That's so scary.
Because what could be in there? Megalodon.
I don't.
Or that one with Jason Statham. Meg Ryan.
I don't know, but potentially, maybe there's a megalodon in that in
Could
the
be.
Trench. Golly, what a world! You know, I did not leave the United States one time.
We've never been to Dixon, Russia.
We haven't, which is very far north.
It's so far north. I don't know if anybody's been there.
I hate that.
Except for some guy named Dixon, and that's why it's called that.
Did you leave the country at all this year? This last year? No.
In 2020, I did not leave the country.
I
Shame.
got back from Guatemala in November of 2019, and then have yet to leave the country since.
I did. It was at least able to go to Colorado on a trip, which was nice. It was the only trip I took this year.
I marked off so many states. I went to Wyoming. Not Wyoming, Wisconsin for like 45 minutes.
I've never been to Wisconsin, but I have been to Wyoming.
Drove in and drove out. Really? Oh yeah, y'all drove through there for Canada.
I've been to
Wow.
probably like 20, probably 30 states.
I would love for you to check it because I thought I'd been to like close to 40.
Yeah.
I've been to 25.
Hmm.
And
I
I
think
was
I've
like,
been-
that can't be right.
I've been probably, I would say 30, if I had to guess.
Shoot.
Oh,
We'll
man.
have to count them up sometime. 2021.
2021, though. Let's make it our
2021.
best year yet.
Oh, I don't want to say that. I think I said that about literally every year prior to this.
Yeah, but like you said, we
This
don't have to
year's
let
gonna
our
be what every
circumstances
year it is
dictate
gonna be.
our year.
You're right. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm
Or
excited.
our joy, or yoy.
Yoy with the soft Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do the podcast a lot more.
We're going to have some good guests on.
Heck yeah, we're gonna
Keep it entertaining.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Keep it Japanese.
Japanese. And yeah. Anything else?
Not really. You want to get into the...
Man of the moment quote of the week,
Man of the moment
which
quote
we
of the
have
week?
not done in months.
Yeah, let's do man of the moment. Who's your man of the moment?
Well, it's been 6 months since I've talked about Star Wars on the podcast, so I decided to make my man of the moment Jon Favreau,
Okay.
because he is the lead director of The Mandalorian, along with my absolute idol, Dave Filoni. And he just did such a good job. Guys, The Mandalorian Season 2 came out in the past couple months.
Speaking of, I haven't even finished it.
Oh my gosh!
And the reason I haven't finished it is not because I don't want to. It's just some reason. I don't know if I didn't pay my bill, but they shut off my Disney Plus.
Get my info, bro.
So they just shut it off.
Do not sleep until you finished it.
Well, hey, I'm going to be up all night because I don't sleep at night because I work nights and I'm off tonight.
That is just not it. That sucks.
So
I hate that. We'll use this time to watch The Mandalorian.
All right.
Because this previous season was just so good. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, all of the directors did such an amazing job of just like...
Are you sure you don't want to make Dave Filoni your man of the moment?
I started writing his name and didn't because I know that I did previously and I know that people might remember.
I don't think you did. I
Filoni
I don't think you did because I was just gonna say I don't recognize his name really.
You probably do. I guarantee you that I've made Dave Filoni at one
I
point
know
in
you
my
like
life.
man of the moment and animator or something like that. One time we had a big argument about that.
That was potentially Dave Filoni. Man of the moment, Dave Filoni. Frowned upon episode 12.
Okay, yeah.
He is just an amazing person. And yeah, he's a pretty
Did we say what episode this was at the beginning?
Welcome to
Episode 23.
Frowned upon episode 23. But yeah, Jon Favreau. I don't know. Our fans aren't here to hear me talk about Star Wars. Watch The Mandalorian. Watch Star Wars Rebels. You need to watch Star Wars Rebels, actually, if you're going to watch this season of The Mandalorian and understand everything. And The Clone Wars. There's a lot of episodes of The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Jon Favreau. Also, wait. He was one of the main directors in like Iron Man as well, and writers and such. And you see little hints of Iron Man-esque things in this season of The Mandalorian. And so you just see, oh gosh, he's so good. They're all so good. I love Star Wars. I love Disney. If I ever saw Kathleen Kennedy, I might even just give her a kiss on the mouth. And I can't stand her, but she like does a lot of Star Wars stuff now.
Okay. Awesome.
I think
Any relation to John F. Kennedy? Or maybe
Probably
Tim
not.
Kennedy?
I don't think so.
Well,
I would hope not.
previous man of the
'Cause if
moment
I
for me,
just
I think.
Ran up and kissed Kathleen, and she
You
told
ran
her
up and
husband
kissed Tim.
Tim, "Hey, this kid kissed me."
He would
I'd be
for sure kill you.
So scared.
You would need to know jiu-jitsu if that happened. Which he also knows jiu-jitsu.
I was about to
so.
say, didn't he break? Whose neck got broken? Jocko broke somebody's
Jocko
neck.
broke John Dudley's neck.
Sorry, John.
Which I would never want to wrestle Jocko. But okay, my man of the moment is Jack Carr. Jack Carr was a former Navy SEAL. And now he writes fiction. And he is the author of the book that I'm reading called The Terminal List. And it honestly is. It's his first book. And it's honestly one of the best fiction books I've ever read.
Nice.
He's so good. He's so knowledgeable about writing because he loves reading. So I've watched a bunch of interviews and stuff with him. And he said he knew from the time he was 7 years old, basically, that he wanted to be a Navy SEAL. And then he wanted to write fiction.
Nice.
And he's doing
he marked
both.
them both off.
He's doing both. He's on his fourth book is about to come out.
Way to go, Mr. Carr.
So I'm reading The Terminal List. If you're looking for a good read, something that's fiction, something that'll hold your attention, you won't want to put it down, check out Jack Carr. Nice. And I love that I'm a gear, pardon my French, but some people might call me a gear queer. I love like tactical gear, right? So I have like knives, guns, lights, flashlights, all kinds of like the latest and greatest technology and stuff because I love gear, right? So we talked about EDC and stuff like that before. So
Got a new knife.
he also loves gear. So all the gear in his books is real gear that he like uses, loves, and his main character uses that. And his show got picked up by Amazon.
Oh yeah, you told me.
And the person who picked it up, who pitched it to Amazon, was Chris Pratt.
Dang. Well, that's cool too.
And Chris Pratt is going to be playing the protagonist in his books, James Reese.
I hope Jon Favreau directs it. And
It's being directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Dang. You think they'll tie it into Star Wars?
Probably not, but Antoine Fuqua is the director of Training Day. He's the director of the Equalizer movies.
Oh shit.
Pretty much any Denzel Washington action movie he directed.
I love that.
He directed something else. I can't remember what it was, but it was really good. But so man of the moment is Jack Carr. Look him up.
Nice.
Great guy. Seems very humble.
I failed to mention this. I read one book last year, and which is more than I read in 2019.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know what I expected it to be, but it was called Where the Crawdads Sing.
Okay.
And
Fiction
it was
or?
like it was
Okay.
like a mystery romance type novel.
I can get behind it.
Best book I might have ever read in my life.
Any tied into Star Wars at all?
They didn't, which is wild that I enjoyed it as much as I did. But it was like, I don't even know. I don't want to explain it because
Do you know who wrote it?
Delia Owens.
Delia Owens. Okay.
Yeah. It was such a good book.
Hmm.
It had me like staying up until 3 a.m. just like laying in bed like,
Oh, I've laid in
God,
bed many times reading this book.
what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Is she going to pick him or him? It was like that kind of book.
Yeah, no, the book I'm reading is not that kind of book.
Oh, bro, I got
There is
it.
some pretty
I'm
brutal,
tearing
like-
up. I'm having to wipe my tears out of my eyes.
There's some pretty brutal torture scenes. This book is sad at the beginning, but there's some awesome torture scenes in there. There's some great. If you heard that, sorry, my dog is huffing and puffing for some reason. But it's just fantastic. But it's definitely a book
Not
for
a mystery romance.
It's
novel.
not. There's no mystery to it really.
Any romance?
But maybe there could be some romance brewing.
Nice.
But I'm not there yet.
I got
so
you. I got you.
We gotta wrap this up so I can go read.
Yeah. I got to go
Yeah.
read
But-
another Delia Owens book.
So my man of the moment is Jack Carr.
Nice.
You could do a sub man of the moment as Chris Pratt. Just like your sub man of the
My
moment is.
sub man of the moment is Delia Owens now.
Okay. Woman of the moment.
Woman of the moment.
If
I
that is a
did say
woman.
man of
I
the
would
moment. I'm pretty sure.
Ma'am of the moment.
Ma'am of the moment. Heck yeah.
Why are we on
I
episode 23
love that.
and we just figured that out?
Gosh. That's great.
Ma'am
That's
of the
best
moment.
thing. Ma'am
All
of the moment. Delia Owens, man of the moment.
I give a quote of the week.
Oh, yeah. I do have a quote.
Okay.
This one is actually one of the clients that we film for. Great people, Higher Dimension Church. The pastor, he was kind of talking about 2020, and in the message that we were recording today, he said, "You do everything the way you do anything." I was
Wow.
like, "Shoot,
That's a good quote.
that is good." It hit me hard. But like that's so true to a degree.
That's a really good quote because
brush your teeth the same way you wipe your tail.
I heard a thing that changed the way I did some things was a guy asking like, how do you expect to make any big changes in your life if you're the type of person that dusts around a picture frame instead of picking it up and dusting under it? And I was like,
That's good.
wow,
That's good.
it's true. And that's same kind of lines.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna go around stuff and do the easy way when you're dusting and you have to pick up a picture frame, you shouldn't expect to be able to overcome any serious
Right, yeah.
obstacles because you can't even overcome the little
Yeah.
ones.
I heard somebody talking about like they were talking about their relationship with Christ. This is today also, but they were like, how do you expect to be? They were talking about fasting primarily. A lot of churches and people who are like strong in their faith will do 21 days of fasting at the beginning of the year and then midway through the year or so, just to get clarity. And that's just where you're saying, okay, God, for this moment in time, I'm putting away something that would otherwise distract me from what you would have me to do. And most people will do that for something. Like I've fasted before for like clarity and stuff like that. And this guy was talking about the importance of fasting, and he was like, how do you expect to be a true follower of Christ? And not that you can't be a follower of Christ without fasting, but it's just a good way to check yourself. But like, he was like, how do you expect to really go through the trials that God would have you go through and whatnot if you can't even not eat a donut for 21 days?
Yeah.
And it's like, shoot, like that's a good way to put it. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's a hard truth, but that's good. And I think that, like you said, like that goes with anything. If you're gonna, why do anything if you're gonna do things bad? And like
That's true.
that's good. So yeah, that's my quote. Pastor Terrence of Higher Dimension, great fella.
My quote of the week is actually, which I heard Jack Carr say it. It's not a Jack Carr quote. It's from a book called Once an Eagle by the author Anton Meyer. And apparently, I have not read the book, so I do want to read the book. But it's apparently a dad talking to a son, and he says, "You can't help when or what you were born. You may not be able to help how you die, but you can and you should try to pass the days in between as a good man.
That's good. Ooh, that's good.
And that is fire advice for a young lad. It's simple, not giving him a bunch of different buzzwords, a bunch of things to think about. It's just life, or born, die,
Yeah.
be good in between.
Yeah, that's
Do
good.
your best.
That's good. It's hard. And I think those go together. Shoot.
Wrapped it up.
2021, bro.
2021.
We out here.
Episode 23.
Episode 23.
Frowned Upon is back.
Back in the saddle, back in black.
Oh, that'd be a cool outro song to play for us.
Can we do that?
Probably. We can't. We'll get demonetized if we do it at the beginning of the video, because I think what happens is they just listen to like a couple minutes at the beginning and then they just stop listening because they just want to make sure you're not like doing anything that requires demonetization.
But that requires demonetization. What if
Yeah.
they check the beginning and the end?
I don't think they check the end.
You know, I'm big about money.
I am big about money,
I'm
and
a
we've
very, very
made
selfish boy.
I think we've made almost $20. I looked
15.
15.
Yeah, we're like right above the 15 mark. So
Okay.
thanks to you guys. Seriously, we
You
never
said-
even thought we'd make $15.
Yeah, you sounded so Irish. You guys.
Thanks, guys. Nope, don't know what that was.
That was an Australia. That was the ghost of Steve Irwin, is what that was.
Thanks. Thanks, man.
Anyways, all right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, it's been real.
We will see you next week.
Yeah. Check us out.
Peace
Also,
out.
yeah, check us out on YouTube. Type in Frowned Upon or whatever. Find the one that has a frowny face. That's the one. I don't know any of
Yeah,
our
when
apps.
you search us on the podcast and stuff, if you type in Frowned Upon, our
We're
podcast is the
pretty
first one
high
that
up
comes
there,
up.
So
It's the first one. So
wild to me. So real quick, just thanks guys. Thank y'all for listening.
being patient with us.
Being patient with us. Reaching out sometimes. Yo, where are you guys at? Like that really, really meant a lot to us. And then also, like, really, I don't know if we would be back like doing this again if it weren't for some of that, you know. And
Oh yeah.
and for us, like listening back to the podcast and then having people tell us like, yo, I missed this, I missed that. This has just been a wild way to express ourselves, if you will. And then also, it's just fun to like have a whole like directory of hilarious conversations that we've had.
Yeah, I went back. I recently went back and listened to a bunch of the podcasts when I knew we were going to be starting it back up, and I just laughed my butt
Yeah, it
off at
really
like so
is.
many different episodes. I was cracking up
It
because there's
really
things
is
I
funny.
forgot that we had joked about, and then I listened to it and I was like, "This is what must be what it is like to listen to for the first time
Yeah.
when you weren't the one saying it." You know? So
So it really is. It means a lot to us, guys. Thank you, guys. We love y'all, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
deuces.